안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-travel, K-festivities, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that together with my co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to our viewers at home. Walter Lee here to co-host alongside Soa and give you your daily dose of K-Enter news.
Walter, it's beginning to look a lot like...
Oh, what is it? Christmas, that's it, of course.
Well, our culture correspondent, Konu, yesterday really spread the year-end vibe in the studio.
He did indeed.
And we're going to stay with that festive atmosphere today as we're going to have David come into the show later in the program to talk about the hotspots in Seoul during this season.
Yes.
But first, of course, it's Walter time, which means K-entertainment news.
Yes.
And today we start with BTS. We have been waiting for BTS to come out very soon as all of their members are back from the military. But it looks like we might have to wait a little longer.
Yes. We talked about it all year, but BTS is aiming to make a massive or defining year in 2026. Now, for the group and their fans, it's the leader of BTS, RM, did say during a live broadcast on the fan community platform Weverse that he's hinting at something that major is on its way, and we obviously can't wait for that as ARMY fans. Now, J-Hope also stressed that the importance of the year of 2026, but he can't believe that 2025 has passed so quickly, reflecting on the meaning of the new year. Now, RM mentioned that he wishes for the group's management to hope for wishes for them to show their love and care towards the team. And the group explained that although the album production is underway and going, there is not much they can do right now at this point of the year. There was a rumor, since all the members, as you mentioned, have now left the military, that 2025 might be the year of BTS coming back, as like we saw Blackpink coming back, but we'll have to wait until maybe spring at the latest.
Okay.
So, yes.
Hang in there, ARMY. But it feels weird to talk about 2026 now already. Yes, but Walter, next we have a Disney Plus series to talk about, and I hear it's based on a real-life event.
Yes, and it's also made in Korea, maybe? Disney's Plus's new original series called Made in Korea premieres this Wednesday, set in the turbulent 1970s. The drama follows Baek Tae, played by Hyunbin, of course, the very handsome Hyunbin, a man leading a dangerous double life as a Korean Central Intelligence Agency, but he's doing that during the day, but at night he's also a smuggler. So pursuing him is the principal Busan prosecutor, played by Chung Woo-sung as well. Now, the opening episode features scenes. Now, this is where it gets a bit lifelike, inspired by the real-life Yeoldo-go airplane hijacking incident. Now, for people who don't know, the Yeoldo-go hijacking incident occurred back in the 1970s when 9 members of the Japanese Red Army hijacked an Japan Airlines Flight 351 and forced it to fly to North Korea. Now, the incident became one of the most infamous examples of terrorism in East Asia, and that also inspired the recent Korean movie, Good News.
All right, and from a series now to K-films,
Yes.
just in time for a Christmas season. What do you have?
Yes, another Christmas Eve release. The film, Even If This Love Disappears from the World Tonight, that's quite a long title, in my opinion, is gaining attention ahead of its Christmas Eve release. Now highlighted by Chu Young-woo, Tender's emotional, grounded performance, true stars as Jaewon. Now, he is a high schooler who brings meaning to each day for the other high schooler, his classmate, Soyun, a girl who actually loses her memories on a daily basis. So to portray the innocence of first love, he revisited his memories from his own school years while preparing for this role. Now, a long-time fan of the original Japanese novel and also the film adaptation, Chu approached the project with deep affection, speaking about his big screen debut. He admitted to feeling a comforting sense of pressure. So I can't wait for this one to come out. It seems like a great love story.
Right, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I'm a huge fan of the book, and also I watched the Japanese version, so I'm really looking forward to this. It's a very touching, emotional, and warm movie.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and don't go anywhere.
I won't.
And now let's turn to our AI anchor, Arang, for more on the culture front. Arang, take it away.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. Billboard has named the chart-topping success of the soundtrack from Netflix's animated film K-pop Demon Hunters as one of the most defining musical moments of the year. In its list of top 10 wildest music moments that defined pop culture, the US music magazine highlighted the unprecedented impact of the film's OST. The track Golden climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the soundtrack album topped the Billboard Global 200. Golden has also earned 5 Grammy nominations, including Song of the Year. Billboard noted that few could have imagined songs from an animated film dominating the charts, adding that K-pop Demon Hunters made history as the first movie soundtrack to have 4 songs simultaneously appear in the Hot 100's top 10. The Buya National Museum opened a dedicated exhibition hall showcasing the national treasure Baekjik bronze incense burner today. Named the Baekjik Great Incense Burner Hall, the space is devoted exclusively to the artifact, a masterpiece that encapsulates the Baekjik Kingdom's worldview and spiritual philosophy. Its intricate design features dragons and phoenixes, and other mythical creatures, and celestial beings, symbolizing an ideal world where all forms of life coexist in balance. The new gallery spans about 255 square meters and is designed in a super elliptical layout, with the 3-story structure reflecting the sculptural form of the artifact itself. The exhibition also incorporates media art and interactive experiences, offering visitors a deeper and more immersive understanding of the national treasure. Footage showing the port of Jeonmupo in the early 1900s has been released, offering the oldest known visual record of Incheon at the time of its opening as an international port. The images vividly capture the daily lives of Koreans almost 120 years ago. The footage is believed to have been filmed between 1908 and 1910, shedding light on conditions on the Korean peninsula during a period when rice exports to Japan were already intensifying, even before forced annexation by Japan in 1910. The films were discovered in 2023 by the Korean Film Archive at the Cinémathèque Française in Paris. After more than a year of joint restoration work by Korea and France, the footage has been restored with enough clarity to make signboard lettering legible. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Kwamegi is definitely a winter delicacy. And speaking of winter, as the year comes to a close, certain places in Seoul become especially lively and crowded. Today, we'll take a closer look at some of Seoul's most popular year-end hotspots, particularly those loved by foreign visitors. And we're going to do that together with David Kim, content creator and adjunct professor at Daegu Cyber University. David, welcome back.
Hello, thank you for having me again.
Happy to have you here, especially during this season, this year-end season. So, David, how are you spending the year-end? And also, do you notice any different, the different atmosphere among foreign visitors moving around Seoul? So, yeah, how is the atmosphere these days?
Yeah, definitely very busy personally. A lot of gatherings, a lot of events to go to, home parties happening, a lot of hwaeshiks as well. So yeah, going to all these places requires a lot of energy. So I would say very busy. In terms of foreigners visiting, I would say in the past, I noticed that a lot of foreigners visit Korea and they tick all the boxes like Gyeongbokgung Palace or Myeongdong, the shopping areas. They usually went to all the landmark places. But nowadays, one thing I've noticed is changing is that they go for more of the experiences. They go more for the vibes. And they visit places that appear in dramas like K-pop Demon Hunters. They want more immersive experiences. So I think representatively, nowadays, the most popular areas would be, for example, Seongsu. There will be also Yeonnam-dong or Haebangchon. So like a little bit lesser known areas than before. Foreigners deliberately go check it out, get some nice pictures at some restaurants or hole-in-the-wall places, Instagrammable cafes and stuff. So the vibes are definitely changing from the past.
It looks like it's lesser known to the general public, but those places that you mentioned, I guess, are already so familiar to the MZ generation. So definitely like places that younger people like to go these days are getting popular among other generations as well.
I think you're right. I'm seeing a lot more young people go to those areas, and we actually reported recently that Namsan Tower has also been seeing an increase in tourists because of K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm sure the other places within the movie are seeing a surge in popularity as well. But talking about photo opportunities, we're talking about Christmas themes at the moment, and there's always time for a Christmas photo with the family. That seems to be popular, not just with foreigners, but with Koreans as well. We always love taking photos. By any chance, could you introduce some of those places in Seoul?
Yes, for sure. Where do I start? There are so many photogenic spots, I would say, around Seoul. So it's really hard to pick. But my personal favorite place would be Cheonggyecheon. It's right next to City Hall in the Gwanghwamun area. It's a nice walk. There's a lot of traditional lanterns in the theme of a lot of traditional characters of Korean culture as well. You can see hanboks, dragons. You can also see modern characters as well too. Nowadays, I heard there's a collaboration with Pokemon going on over there. A lot of kids and families going and visiting, having great times with great pictures as well. And the biggest advantage of walking throughout the Cheonggyecheon is not only the good pictures, but it's near a lot of tourist areas. So it's a very big perk for a lot of foreign visitors to go to the tourist areas first and then walk by the Cheonggyecheon, get some nice pictures. So that would be my number one. And then I have two other places. The second one is Starfield Library. This place is very viral on the internet. I honestly, as a Korean, going by on COEX, like underground over there, I always pass by and it's like, oh, it's very pretty, but I never got the appeal of it. But apparently for foreigners, it's a must-visit spot. It's very Instagrammable as well too. There's like a huge Christmas tree going on right now. So for the festivities, it's totally perfect. So that would be one spot. And last but not least, there's another viral spot nearby Myeongdong. It's the main Shinsegae building. And there's a gigantic LED light over there. It's like a huge LED panel, and there's like 3D kind of advertisements going on. There's like music videos playing there, K-pop music videos. So if you go in front of there, after like sunset, there will be a massive crowd on the opposite side trying to take pictures, videos, and whatnot. So like these three spots would be definitely the most photogenic spots. Yeah.
Wonderful. And speaking of the huge Christmas tree at the big library in COEX, I think it was last year or a couple of years ago, I was just passing by, but they did have that light show thing going on the Christmas tree. So even for locals, that was actually a really great sight. And I have to say, I feel like there are more and more Christmas trees everywhere in the capital Seoul, not only at those landmark hotspots, but even like in the subway, at the subway station. So I must say, I love taking pictures of those different kind of Christmas trees. I'm trying to be one myself today.
I was just about to comment that, but yes.
So David, so some places also appear to be repeatedly appear as backdrops for advertisements or videos online or even dramas. So which locations show up most recently in these contents, and why do you think they are being used so heavily?
Yeah, so among a lot of locations, I think the most popular is definitely Seongsu-dong at the moment. It's called the Industrial Runway. You can definitely feel those kind of vibes if you go there. There are rundown factories or industrial-looking buildings, which look very hip in some sense. They're renovated into cafes and fashion shows and stuff. And there's also a lot of fashionistas walking around. You can see very high-end fashion going on over there. Also, Seongsu-dong has now claimed the nickname the Brooklyn of Seoul. So it has those kind of Brooklyn vibes, hipster vibes going on over there. And if you go to Seongsu, like the most iconic buildings would definitely be the Dior store and also the House Nowhere Seoul place. The architecture there is amazing. Thousands of people just line up to take pictures at those spots. So there's a lot of photo spots as well. And for K-pop fans, definitely, if you walk around Seongsu, you will see gigantic billboards plastered with BTS V, Blackpink's Jennie, Stray Kids Felix. So they take pictures in front of those places as well. So Seongsu is definitely one of the most popular spots. On top of that, we have the Hannam-dong. It's a little bit of a more quieter, but a luxury kind of district. It was a little lesser known in the old days, but nowadays the foreigners are visiting those places as well too. They're trying to get the vibes of like, what's it like to be a rich Seoulite, getting a coffee in the evening. So yeah, you can see a lot of luxury fashion brands over there as well, pop-up stores. So many people flock over there. And last but not least, we have the Namsan Tower, which is like the cinematic anchor of Seoul. Like if you see the Namsan Tower in like a drama or a Netflix film, K-pop Demon Hunters, or what My Love from the Stars, it was a very popular drama. It appeared multiple times, so you immediately know, oh, this is Korea, this is Seoul. So most definitely a lot of people go there and they can take pictures, they can take like drone shots, whatever, and it's very cinematic over there, so these three spots would be definitely good.
Yes, I've been to all three of those spots and they're definitely great spots to take photos in. Not just during the winter season or Christmas season, just all year round as well, because there's always something happening within that area. Now, you mentioned Cheonggyecheon before, and that's actually not too far from where Gwanghwamun is. That's another area that feels like essential during the year-end season, especially with that strip that goes towards Gwanghwamun Temple. And there's always something happening there, whether it be a winter market. There's also just down the road in City Hall an ice rink in Seoul Plaza. How do foreign visitors respond to spaces like this, and where they can experience winter festivities right in the heart of our city?
Yes, as you mentioned, if you go to the city center, especially Gwanghwamun Plaza, you'll see the palace lit up, you'll see buildings, skyscrapers nearby, you'll see LED panels all over the place. And there's usually a Christmas display or pop-up going around during this time of the year. So all of that, and plus like King Sejong statue, a lot of foreigners say that they feel like they're in the middle of a historic drama plus a modern K-drama at the same time. They're like time traveling from this block to that block. So it's a very iconic place to be in, just standing there and feeling the vibes, soaking in what Korea is supposed to be like. And on top of that, if you go a little bit down to City Hall and Seoul Plaza, as you mentioned, there's an ice rink, and it's a very fun activity. It's open to the public. It's very affordable. Of course, you have to reserve online prior because like the competition is very fierce. But if you actually make it, you can, hold hand with your partner or with your family, just go around the ice rink. It's a very fun activity you can do right in the city center, which is the biggest advantage, I would say. And as you mentioned, you can go down the strip of Cheonggyecheon and you can go to districts like Insadong, and then there's also Ikseondong, which are more like Hanok themed, more traditional themed. So once you do all those Christmassy activities, go into like a tea shop and get some tea or like coffee with some Korean vibes going on. So it can be a full package over there.
Sounds fantastic. Now, David, we did mention Namsan Tower before, but we understand that it's getting more and more popular because of K-pop Demon Hunters. But what makes that place even particularly special during this winter season?
Yeah, so ironically, I hate it personally when it's cold, but when it's cold, if you go to places like Namsan Tower, it gets even better because obviously you would go with your loved ones, like your partner or your family, and when it's cold, you like to come closer to each other. You can hold hands, you can give hugs, and you can enjoy the city view together in like the same jacket, cuddled together and stuff like that. So I think it becomes more romantic because of the cold, and also there's a lot of emotional connection going on in Namsan Tower, especially I'm sure every Korean has that experience of putting a love lock over there. It's very famous for that. So all the couples go there and purchase a lock and put their names on it. So very romantic. There's also sunsets you can enjoy. On top of that, there's also, because it's the end of the year, you can just gaze at the city and reflect upon like what you've been doing throughout the year, what you've achieved, what you want to do, New Year's resolutions. So I think it's a very nice spot to contemplate upon like your former year and then like next year as well too. So yeah, definitely the cold adds a little bit of more emotional value, I would say.
I have to agree.
So let's talk about Hongdae, and there was a recent Hollywood star that visited Hongdae. Can you actually tell us who that was and a little bit about, what makes the incident so appealing to foreign visitors?
Yeah, so I was very surprised when I saw the news. It was actually Charlize Theron, and she was just there casually with her family. She was not there for like a movie promotion or anything. She was just there strolling. There were no heavy security or guards next to her. It just meant like she was there literally authentically for, interaction and touring. So it just proves that Seoul is now on the spot, like on the map as like a global tier place to visit. Back in the day, a lot of people would go to Tokyo and Shibuya, but I would say the equivalent now is Seoul and Hongdae. Hongdae can offer so much things on top of the tourist vibes. A lot of celebs go there just to see the club scene or maybe enjoy the busking going around in the streets. There's a lot of shopping, thrift shopping you can do. There's a lot of youth energy going around. So like people like me who's in their 30s, I just go there to soak in the young energy as well. So I think it's the same for the foreigners that are visiting Hongdae as well. They're like, oh, anything can happen here. There's a very famous Hongdae guy meme going on in the internet as well. So it's become more and more popular over the time, and it's become a favorite place for sure.
Come on, 30s are still young, David.
Yes.
So what would our David in his 30s say would be a final recommendation for a hotspot in Seoul during this year-end season?
Yes, I would include all the aforementioned ones we talked about, but if I were to pick one spot for my personal taste, it would be the Jamsil area during Christmas. It's a full package. You can experience everything at once, from a world-class skyscraper. There's a sky deck over there. You can go inside and do warm shopping, buy some gifts for your family. There's like a lot of fine dining, nice wine. Also, it's like a cozy, walkable neighborhood. If you go in front of the Jamsil Lotte World Tower, there's a gigantic tree, winter market going on, very photogenic, and also there's Hokchon lake, which you can just it takes about 10 minutes to go around the whole lake, I would say. And next to it, there's Lotte World, like a little miniature castle lit up as well too. If you have enough energy, I guess you could visit Lotte World as well too. And then plus, if you want more of the local vibes, you can go to Songmi-Dankil, which is right next to it, which has a little bit of more hole in the wall vibes. So all of that in one package is the Jamsil area. It's definitely lit up in Christmas vibes, so I definitely recommend recommend.
Wonderful recommendation. I would have to say though, 10 minutes for Seokchun Lake might be a little difficult, especially because you have a lot of people there walking around with you. But wonderful recommendations, and thank you very much, David. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We'll see you in the new year.
Merry Christmas too.
Thank you. And thank you, Walter. As always, Merry Christmas to you as well.
Yes.
We're going to see you back next week.
I'll see you back next week.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the show. Please join us again tomorrow on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Korea time for a special edition of The Culture Wave. See you then, and Merry Christmas.